So the mill did not go deep enough to cut out the other side. What it did, it actually did go almost to the other edge. When the bit went in, it ended up pushing the metal out the other side, which happens all the time if you don't have something backing this to keep it from pressing it back. Just give it a few taps. That's already, and there's the slot. Now I just clean up the slot with needle files. And the flat one, put through the hole like this. Just hold it down and run it back and forth. And use the round needle file, clean up the edges of the hole a little bit. And then I use this mill file. I want to move it just a little bit like I'm doing here to present clean parts of the mill file. Always watch your fingers. Nice cleaner slot. I was glad to see that the slot here lines up exactly. In fact, when it hits the spring, it's right at the end. If I pull it out at all, you see the end come by. Also, if I push it all the way in, it's right up against the edge in there. Might be hard to see in the video, but basically the slot is exactly the right length and exactly the right placement. This is out kind of far from the chuck, so it's putting a lot of stress on the part back where it connects to the chuck. Oh, there it goes. It broke back by the chuck. I put the part I want to keep in the jaws, in the chuck, and this is the part I don't want out here. I'll be cutting close to the jaws now, which should give me a cleaner cut. And also that little peg that usually sits there will be gone, because that part will remain in the jaws and I can finish cutting it off right there. The piece of brass that I cut from the 1/8 inch rod earlier has been slightly tapered on the end using a file while it was in the lathe, and then it's been relieved in the middle using the tool to carve away a space in the middle just a little bit, and that will fit through here now pretty nicely. It moves pretty freely. I don't feel any catching. Let's see what happens. So now put the rod, or the brass pin, through the hole, tap it in with a little plastic hammer so it's sticking out of both sides. Going to abuse my mill file here a little bit. Okay, with a little bit of fighting I got it in there. It's not exactly centered the way I wanted, but it does hold, it's not moving, and this does work. So it's time to trim that part now and be completely done. I'm putting this in the lathe. Nice fast work. I'm just moving in by manual amounts. A couple thousandths of an inch each time. Hundredth of an inch left. Maybe a little less than that. Now I've started hitting the regular tube, so I'm going to back out. We have a flush surface there. And I'm polished with some sandpaper. And then some Scotch-Brite. If I put it back in the other way, you can see the change in hue. It's shiny here and dull there. And that's it. The pin project is, spring plunger project I should say, is done. And coupled with the one I made earlier, I've got two functioning spring plungers that I can glue into the project now. It's going to be pretty cool that no one will ever see these or know that I did them unless I tell them. They're going to be completely hidden, and that's the point. But I'll know they're there. The springs are pretty accurate. They both sort of finish up at the exact same time. So anyway, thanks for watching this epically long video. And maybe I will make a video that shows what I'm actually putting these in. Although I'm sort of half done that project too and haven't taken much video.